Welcome back to Postman Pylons. Let's play some more Europa Universalis IV with Tver. We are going for Relentless Push East. We have to colonize, or at least own, the East Siberian coast, not Iberian, by 1600. We started out relatively small, not as a one province minor, but still we had, what is this? I think we've already done some development here. So I don't know what our actual starting development, but it's below 30, definitely. And with big mean neighbors. And we took advantage of a big war, well, of the Muscovite war against Novgorod, and then of the Muscovite attack on us to expand a bunch. I did make two mistakes, or one mistake and one omission, I guess, last episode. Let's start with the omission. I talked about turning on or off the fort here in Peshkov because of the devastation. And from the tooltip here, I think my choice was correct. I said that we were relatively low on devastation, the effects were negligible, and we could just use the monthly ticks to have it go away slowly, rather than paying for a fort to make it go away a lot faster. What I did not think about was this, prosperity. Prosperity only grows when you have no devastation. And if we were to get prosperity to full, we'd get development construction, okay, goods produced, which is pretty good, even though the goods here are not very great, and autonomy change 0.05, which is quite good. So getting rid of that devastation would be probably pretty good. And probably worth paying the 0.5 ducats. We don't have to do it for a lot of months. Because now we reduce what? It hasn't updated yet, but I think once we unpause we'll see. I think it goes to like 0.8 or something. Pretty quickly. We should get rid of that. The other thing, much more important, that I did last episode was I pressed the button. I pressed Reform Sudubnik, which... I mean, I was smart, right? Brains here. I waited to core the Muscovite land before I pressed the button, because I wanted my autonomy to be at the autonomy floor before I did it, so it had an actual effect in the newly conquered provinces. So far, so smart, but I forgot that I have to state the places before I press the button. It was just a matter of ordering. I said at the end of last episode we have to state two, but I just wanted to quickly get this button out to not forget about it next episode, and then I made an ordering error there, and we lost out on 10% autonomy loss in a bunch of places. Because all autonomy gains and modifiers work on whatever is displayed here, even if your real autonomy below the floor is much lower. So if you have 50%, you get minus 50, you stay 50%. And if we had stated first, we'll be able to operate on our real autonomy, which is probably like 40-something%. It's not like a huge difference, but it would have been able to drop that to then 30-something%. Do we have any place that was in a state that we took? We already had a state? What did we take? Well, we have Regev, but Regev is a core that's probably different. Yeah, there's no autonomy there. We have the state of Tver, but that didn't help. I don't know that I have a place to show that off. That's a shame. What did we take? We took Regev. We took Peshkov here. We took Ryazan, Vladimir, and Yuriev, and Moscow. And that might be it. Yeah. So no, I can't show it off. But anyway, we missed out on the 10% loss. I hope that we didn't also, I don't think we did, but I hope that we didn't also set the real autonomy to the floor by doing this. Because if we had increased, like if you have 50% autonomy, but your real autonomy is 20, let's say, and you have 50% because you're not stated, and then you hit a increase autonomy button, it uses this number as the base to increase from. So you have base 20, you have the floor 50, you add 20, and suddenly you're at 70, even after you state, rather than 40, which is terrible. I hope this reduction didn't do the same thing. I don't think it would, but we'll see. Anyway, lots of long words, which mean I screwed up and I should state my stuff still, because that's just good. It's not just good, but for us, in our case, it's just good. It will cost us a bit of money, but it'll also give us a bunch of money. So right now it says it will not change the income at all, which is slightly confusing to me. It's probably a lie. So 50% autonomy. Let's do this. We should. Wait, what? I hope this is a lie. I didn't just unstate it, right? I just stated it. I did. Did this go from 50 to 90? Okay, this 50 is just a lie. Maybe it's because I just loaded into the game. Cannot be lower than 90% due to territory. And yet it is 50. That must just be a lie. And that's maybe also why the tooltip is being weird. I'm tempted now. Okay, I'm gonna core Moscow. And I'm gonna not core these just yet, or state these just yet. I just want to see how they behave on the next monthly tick. Because clearly 50 can't be it. Tech-wise, I don't think I was looking to take admin tech. It's been pointed out to me that I should not fall too far behind on DIP. Because we might use the colonization later, and that's true, of course. I also don't want to fall too far behind admin, because for forming Russia, I believe we have all the places now we need. Yep. But we need admin tech 10, which I forget what year that is, but we have a quick rough estimation here. We are what? We're 1 year ahead of time in this. Okay, I can't do the quick rough. I think it's like 15 years per tech or something, but I forget. It's gonna be a while before we can get to tech 10. So we probably want to get that admin too. Anyway, unpause. Let's see what happens to you. Your autonomy on the monthly tick. Same for Muscovy. I assume this will go up, and it does. And this will go down, and it does. And now you see the real autonomy hiding behind the 50. And I'm pretty sure that the 10 we got from the button click did not affect this at all, unfortunately. All right, let's state and core the rest. It just said I want to not fall behind in admin, but I still want to do all the coring. Because we do need that money in admin and all that. How's our income looking? We're paying for the fort, we're still making money. We're rooting out some corruption. We're not reinforcing armies anymore because we did the consolidation and replaced them with Drelsi here, which is pretty good. I believe we have a truce to Novgorod that's running out, or did already run out during our last war. It might have run out, no. 67. We have 2 years to recover before we have to go back there. We also got a border to the Livonians and the Great Horde as potential targets, and we should probably be looking at fabricating some claims. We still have those on Novgorod. We do. Good. Could have considered taking Bezhetsk in that last war because we had a claim there, but I guess we didn't. So Livonians are the wrong direction. The main reason I would consider attacking them, except for the fact that they're my rivals, is that we might be able to grab land on the cheap. Could even take Riga, although it would be without a claim, but that's a great place in a wrong trade node. All of this is in the wrong trade node. I wonder. I think there's a good chance we should not actually expand here, but rather try to. Astrakhan is useful insofar as a trade node, as it leads into Kazan, which leads into Novgorod. It's not great, but it would be an option. Novgorod is obviously the best for us right now. And then I guess we would go through either Kazan or the White Sea to the east. Okay, so anyway, how are we doing here? Because we are looking for allies still. We still have a lot to improve. I'm wondering whether I should recall one of those people to have my to fabricate some claims. QQ would actually ally me. Right now. Which would get me into war... Wait, wrong game? No, not necessarily the wrong game. It would get me into the war against Georgia and a jam. How are you losing to a jam? Who came into that war? Adelan? What's up, QQ? The frick? Well, I guess I'm not gonna ally them right now. But I feel like I might not have to improve relations here. I'm gonna give it one more tick because just I feel like it. There we go. And then I'm gonna go and start fabricating on... Well, on who? We're gonna need Muscovy at some point, but not right now. We have Novgorod, so it's either Livonians or the Great Horde. You're allied to Timmy. I'm gonna assume that Timmy is still powerful. Emirates. That's Tver. Oh, I don't know about Timmy at all. Well. The Great Horde is already powerful compared to us. And then with Timmy in tow, I don't think that's a good idea. So it would be you if it's anybody. With your 4,000 troops. Plus Riga with their 3,000. But they have potential. Sorry. To recruit. Would be a trivial war and we have no manpower. Maybe having some time at peace is even fine. Lots of alliances now. Kazan would finally ally me. But do I still want this? Kinda wondering if I should not want this. I mean, clearly if I do ally Kazan, I take the northern route. Try to get to Siberia. I don't even know if this is considered Siberia. Probably not. But somewhere over here to start colonization. Maybe it is Siberia. Yeah, it's probably Siberia. Anyway. Get over here, start the colonization once we're Russia. Or have our first Diplo group. Maybe. Yeah, I'm undecided here. Who to fabricate on. How's the land down here? That's 9 development iron. And then a bunch of cows. It's not huge. I mean, the iron is kind of nice. But this is not great land. It's horde land. I'm going to fabricate on the Livonians, at least a little bit. Because they are my rivals. We're going to be quicker at fabrication. And a war against them would help with power projection. Which we might be interested in. Of course. How are Rebels doing? Rebels are actually great. Oh, so much for the rival thing. I assume we eclipsed them just now? Yeah, we did. We only got plus 10 from it. Because we lost a rival, I guess. So I'm going to rival into Muscovy now. That makes a lot of sense to me. Rather than Denmark, for sure. And I would embargo them, but we still have a truce. So I cannot. Yeah, I guess I keep the claim. Keep getting the claim. It just would be on Led Garland anyway, which is kind of sad. Yeah, but this is pretty garbage land. Huh. Yeah, maybe the Livonian order is not where we're going, actually. It's garbage land in a garbage trade node. I mean, Riga is fine and all, but... Yeah. Let's have claims on the Horde instead. For the Horde! There. Now, how is my Peshkov devastation looking? It's gone, so let's not pay for the fort anymore. We have a costly embargo against the Livonians now, of course. I cannot cancel it without a diplomat. Of course I can't. Let's come home from Stettin. I think the only reason I was improving the Stettin was that I wanted to marry them. Which I really don't need to do anymore. So let's revoke Livonian order. Yes. We can't embargo Muscovy, I'm pretty sure of that. Yep. Not that rusty. And we are already embargoing the Great Horde, I believe. Yeah. We're not embargoing Novgorod because of truce and not Muscovy because of truce. We've been busy, apparently. Can't take any tech ahead of time. To get ahead of time, that's sad. And Mr. Denmark here is not currently giving me... I don't know why they're not giving me the institution. Feels like they would do that. We could improve a bit more, but that's just... Not sure why they're not selling me the institution. Maybe because I don't have enough money or something. So I'm fabricating on the Horde. I have no friends to find, really. I could ally QQ or Kazan, but I really don't know that I want to. I would like having some more power to myself. I do not want to get drawn into Kazani wars. And they are probably, no, they're not actually a dog to Nogai or the Great Horde. Yeah, maybe. Ally to Ryazan, Crimea, and the Uzbek. Let's ally these people. Maybe. Sure. I do like having some extra defense. That Danish thing, it worked out, but it was a bit scary. But then what does my guy do? Do I go back to actually fabricating on the Livonians after all? Or do I start getting extra claims on the Muscovites because it's going to take a while? How long are claims? 20 years? Feels like it would be 20 years. And if that's the case, then building a spy network here is kind of okayish. Because we still have the first claim we make when we can declare war again. And then some. So it might be alright. It might just be alright. Would I say 67 is my truce to the Novgorodians, right? Have truce to Novgorod, March 67, yeah. Technology. I don't think I want to buy it. Because of the institution thing. Now, what ways do we have to get the institution? We can just have it spread to us. We have a neighbor that likes us, so we have actually quite increased spread to Peshkov itself. We have some in Novgorod. I think we'll be okay. How high is the spread in Novgorod? 0.2 per month, that's not very high. 0.94 here. Could turn on the edict, right? Bonus institution. It costs us a bit, actually quite. It costs us 0.28 ducats a month. I'm gonna do it anyway. And then I was considering, because European 20 development province gives a boost, right? Oh, we have. Wait, wrong place. There we go. Moscow. 10 gives 0.07 here. 20 would give another same amount. Probably a little bit more because it's based on development. But so I guess we can get something like 0.2 growth. That's not particularly nuts. I'm kind of considering whether I want to develop to 20. That's why I'm saying this. And Moscow is my biggest place. Now 20 is not enough for this, right? Large city needs 30. It's gonna be rough to get our things going here. Should I be putting a couple of clicks into Moscow? It would do what for me? I'd take that siege ability. Love me some siege ability. What are you doing, Kazan? They should not be able to call me into war yet. But I really hope they don't. What was I looking at? I was looking at Moscow. Moscow and its stuff. It produces iron, so dip development would be the worst. Gives us some extra crown land, gives us an initial boost to Renaissance, and gives us that faster spread of the Renaissance. We need 3 clicks. Worth it? Maybe? Can we do something neat to our burgers to make it cheaper? I think they need 60 loyalty to do anything useful, and we can't get instant loyalty from any of these buttons, just loyalty over time, so that's not gonna work out. It's tempting though, isn't it? I should probably keep it for things other than the Renaissance. The Renaissance is pretty easy to get when you're in Europe, so I don't think we need to actually spend on that. But it is quite tempting. Now, did you find any friends? No. Not at all. And you're not guaranteed by anybody. I have not been warned by anybody. So as much as I would like to generate some of that manpower, I feel like a war in Novgorod is imperative. And we have to be quick about it. Certainly don't want the burghers to gain 5% of land. No. I'm gonna just gain the stability. It's actually quite sweet. Especially with the increased stability cost that we have from the one policy, the one thing we gave our estates. What are these things called? These things. Privileges. The one privilege. And the fact that we have some streltsy. So stability cost is increased by, well, 23.6%, I guess. Then reduced by Orthodox and other things happening, but that's essentially what's happening. I think we start in Novgorod itself. I mean, where else would you start a war on Novgorod if not in Novgorod? And we could go and get Peshkov to not be rebellious. For a moment. Just so they reduce while we have nothing else to do there. And then I think we go crush the Muscovites. No, they're them, the Novgorodites. They probably don't have any forts either. So this should be a bloodbath. Assuming they don't get an ally in the next 2 months. Seems unlikely. Claims. Tambov. It's the only claim we can make on the Great Horde. So let's come home. Okay, that ended a lot earlier than it said it would. Thought that fixed that. Now, I have that one diplomat. I want to do 2 things. Yeah, but we're not going to do the one thing. I thought about embargoing them first. So we have some of that extra power projection while we're at war. But honestly, it's not worth waiting the month. I'd rather go, like, now. I would take... Does it matter at all? Either of these has a fort. I guess I take Tikwin. It's the nicer place. We're gonna take both places in the end, but this seems like a straightforward conquest war. Yeah, they have a lot of manpower. So we do well to quickly overrun their provinces so they can raise a bunch of troops. So let's do this. Am I forgetting anything at all? I don't think so. Go. Split you and... Oops. Still CK hotkeys here. Split. You grab my other leader. Get there. Get there. Drop a guy here, continue. Drop a guy here, continue. And ideally we find these guys. Find what's left of the Novgorodian army. Oh, it's what counts for an army in Novgorod. Crush them before they can regain their morale, hopefully. And then we can just easily take all the land. Toots don't like me, which is fine. We reduce unrest in Moscow by 2, gain more trade power, and get less goods produced. Now, Moscow is actually good at production, but we're also happy with trade power there, so yeah, I'm gonna protect my trade. What trade? Muscovy attacking Novgorod in war of aggression. Well, yeah. I want to say get in line, but that's not actually what I meant to say, is it? What I meant to say was, well, get in line as in behind me, right? You know what I'm trying to say. Words, they're difficult. What do you say? Because get in line is like, behave, do as you're told, do as you expected, something like that. And I mean get in line as in queue up behind me. Anyway, not that that matters to this game in the slightest. Let's go smaller siege stack. Cola, sub me here. Sub me is a horrible place. There's very little reason to do anything to these guys. They are friendly towards us, though there is a chance that they just accept vassalization, which I might take if I get it. Because if we actually get to vassalize them, then we have a vassal that can pay for our forts in war times. And I like that. Speaking of forts, yeah, you're a bit late, Muscovy, aren't you? I'm not going to pay for these forts. There are no enemies. So the Muscovites declared their war, but I already have all the land. I don't have control of Soroka, but we have the siege. So unless I'm an idiot, admittedly not an absolutely unlikely proposal, we should be able to take all of the Novgorodian land here, and the Muscovites should get nothing. Nothing. Military access from Muscovy. Really? No. Why would I? We're rivals and stuff, and they still ask? It's kind of weird. Okay, somehow unrest in Peshkov completely died. We don't even need to do any of this. I think. Or maybe Ryzen needed a bit. Why is this so much better now? It is good. Must be no longer considered a great power. No squad. We are still quite a bit away. The fact that we beat a great power like this and ate a bunch of land from them is it's pretty good. How's this 99%? Oh, never mind. I'm not going to take all of Novgorod. I didn't see that they had a 3 development province over in Archangel there. Oh well. I guess that's fine. It's kind of funny actually, because it's not gonna give us the "oh, you demand our full annexation" negative modifier here. So they're even more happy to give me the land. Muscovy, Novgorod, and ODF care. That's okay. You spent a tiny bit of dip, that's fine. We don't have any of our extensions, so this is fine. I guess I take some ducats, because I have not a lot. Yeah, it gives me inflation, but I need the ducats. I'm not going to go for war reps, because they're going to be dead in a minute. So that won't do anything. Seems good? Seems good. Forgetting anything? Maybe. But I wouldn't know what. Should also give me a bunch of stuff, right? Power projection, yeah. We could in theory take less and do a humiliation here. But 40% war score is just too much. I'm not gonna not take land just to get the second humiliation. The first one was important, the second one not as much. Yeah. Grab, as they say. Oh, regrettably we can't humiliate our rivals anymore. Decent money now. Anything cool I can do? I still want to hire a military guy just because they're cheap. think I should probably do that. And I might be looking at a dip person soon. Maybe improve relations. And our Diplo rep. Let's get him for now. And cancel. You down there. And you start sending your feelers north here. There goes Conquest, and no longer build rival, and no free companies anymore, that's a shame. But now we have grand companies. Independent armies available, alright. Medicine here went to Perm, which is actually kind of nice. It will slightly increase the relative power of vassals towards Muscovy. It's gonna make them less loyal. Kremlin Khanate, they went for the Ottomans. What a freaking surprise. I was looking for your vassalization thing, 29.9 liberty desire. So they're not huge libertarians, but every little bit helps. And if we can ever hurt them, the Muscovites at war, then the other people might decide to not support them anymore, which would be very nice. I don't think we get much by doing this. I think I'm keeping the south for now. And then when we have these guys under full control, then we can focus a little bit more on the north. We also have tons of claims on tons of spy network on the Muscovites, so we certainly should grab a claim on them. Now, what are we interested in? I mean, generally we're interested in going east. Northeast. It's all grain, which is... Kostroma is kind of nice. Well, we have Cargo Poland on Nega up here as a possibility. But it's also garbage land. It does get me closer to Perm. Which in turn gets me closer to getting to Siberia. But I think we'll already be able to take Permian land thanks to our ports up here now. So... we don't need a claim on medicine here right now. No. I think we take a decently sized province down here. Like Muron. Sure. Keep doing the thing there. How's QQ doing? Not too good. Not too good. You got Medic beadelen. I'm no longer interested in allying you. Sorry, QQ. Too much whining. Poland's still on the fence here. Why don't you just flip friendly, Poland? You would be a very nice neighbor. I would like that. And by neighbor, I mean ally. Kinda neighbor. With the Lithuanians there. Any cool things I can build? Any great marketplaces? No. Why are these so bad? Peshkov and Muscovy are okay. Alright, I do need to build a fort in Tver, right, for my mission. And then we get to do conquer Moscow, which needs the whole Moscow area. And conquer Novgorod, which we have. Yeah. So this immediately gives me trade efficiency and a bunch of claims. Like a bunch of claims. Once I press it. Yeah, let's build a fort. As much as I don't love it. We might then get rid of the fort in Moscow, actually. If we have one in Tver. Yeah, it leaves Yuriev unprotected, but that's about it. Seems fine. Tver. Forts are super expensive, aren't they? Yeah, I can't even afford that. The fort. It's a joke nobody's ever made before. And I've never stumbled upon me saying that and then being amused by it. Not once in my life. What the heck are you doing, Kazan, with all those troops? It's a free city in Austria. Well, in the German Empire. The Holy Roman Empire, I mean. The German Empire. Osro insulted me. Muscovy insulted me. My entire line suffers from delusions of adequacy. Yeah. And those who bark, right? What does this button do again? Right, get rid of the rebels. Don't super care as of now. I do care about Miltech, but once again I would like that institution first. I do kind of wonder why the Danes are not offering it to me. Must have to do with the amount of money that I have. I'm just not making enough as a baseline for them to be interested. Merchant suffering. Lose 10 Diplo or 10 trade power in Novgorod. How much are we looking at? What kind of percentage of my trade is that? Actually pretty big percentage. I'm pretty sure it's going to be before multipliers. So 10%. No, 10. 10 is more than 10%. What I'm trying to say. Of my trade money that would be going away. I hate paying dip. But what can you do? What can anyone do? Now what does that? There we go. I think that's a claim on Susto then? No? Oh, 30. 10 more. Right. I mean, I know I keep saying it. I keep saying it on these videos. I keep saying it in the comments. But I am rusty. All those numbers that I used to know by heart, they're just not there anymore. Subme loves me even more. Now, how do you feel about... Oh, you actually do feel happy about it. I think I want that. I think I want this Satmian vassal over here. Let's bring you home. We need what? We need 150, no, 190. We get, we should get to marry you. We do. So that's 75, so that's 144. So we need to do some more improvement first. And I say first, because improvement goes faster the less opinion they have of you. And therefore you want to do the normal improvement first and then do all the buttons that give you flat out points. Claim you. We're gonna keep claiming on the Muscovites. That might just be my next war. Really? Am I gonna be at peace that long? I don't know. It is unknown to me. I'm making decent money. I should buy that Diplo person. Diplo rep or Diplo relation? Diplo relation will help reduce aggressive expansion, which probably mostly hit the Muscovites. And then Novgorodis, I guess, who are dead. And Peshkov or something. What was it? Lithuania doesn't like it. I'm not sure that they can join a coalition. They probably cannot. Sweden doesn't like it, but samey. I think I still don't hate reducing the penalty. Or reducing the aggressive expansion that we have. Whoa. Speaking of reducing things, this episode is 38 minutes long. And it shouldn't be. So thank you folks so much for watching. If you like what you're seeing, as always, please hit that like button, subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. Anything you can say to me, a good place? I know, surprise, would be the comment section, actually. I know it's flabbergasting, but yeah, seems like a good idea. Go there, talk to me. See you next time.